I'm a giant when I step. Ballin' like the Jets, starting Jersey like the Nets, to New York like the Mets. Yeah, I win like the Yanks, like the past, spell a check. G&T Sports Talk, how to show on the net, yeah. On myself, yeah, I bet, yeah. I put blood, tears, and sweat, yeah. From the east to the west, G&T Sports Talk, how to show on the net, yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're holding up well through all this. I know it's been a crazy time period. I can't even imagine what you're going through. The question would be like, what was it like? What have you been doing since it happened? And I guess, are you still actively practicing, or are you going to try to do something else?
It was a shock when it happened, but I kind of expected something to happen because the draft was coming up. The Yankees have a lot of guys, so I kind of figured that something might happen. But I've been doing all right. I've been going. I went on a couple trips already. Kind of keep my mind off things. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
That's good. I guess my other question would be what was your favorite part about the minor league experience?
Probably just going to all the places that I've never thought I would go to. I've been all over the East Coast now, and meeting all the people has been fun. The fans are fun. I don't know. It was a good experience for me.
So I want to dive into, when did you know that you wanted to play baseball? Like, this is what you wanted to do. This was your path in life. When was that in the cards for you?
Probably in I've always played baseball since
Right.
I started when I was like 4 years old, but growing up I was a multi-sport athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I'd play basketball and baseball. I played a little bit of flag football growing up. But probably when I got to high school, I really, wanted to focus on baseball only. So I cut basketball out after middle school and really focused on baseball. I went to showcases and just bettered my talents in baseball only and just stopped worrying about the other sports.
Who did you center your game around? Did you have a favorite player growing up? You wanted to be just like him?
I was a big Rafael Furcal guy.
Okay.
I liked the arm on him from shortstop. But I never really try to be like nobody.
Right.
Because he was a little undersized too, so that played a huge role in me because I'm only 5'6.5", 5'7" on a good day. So yeah, I just try to play the game hard like him, and it worked out for the most part.
Yeah, we definitely have respect for little guys. We're only around 5'8" ourselves.
I'm 5'8".
So we definitely like that. And were you always an infielder? Is that what you always wanted to do? Like, you always knew you were going to be an infielder?
Yeah, I used to when I was in Little League, I used to be a really good pitcher. I would take pitching lessons and stuff, but I hurt my arm. So I was out for a few weeks, and then coming back, I played second, and because it was an easy throw from my arm. And then ever since then, I just stopped pitching and focused on infield.
So, what do you think is what are the best parts of your game, offensively and defensively? What do you bring to the table?
Offensively, I can hit the ball wherever it's pitched. I got good back control or barrel awareness, and I think I have pretty good hands, and my timing's good. I have a good eye. And defensively, I could play multiple positions. I didn't play very many games in the outfield, but if they threw me out there, I'm sure I could figure it out. It's just something that I've always, been able to do, is figure out new positions. I went in as a second baseman only because I only played a second base in college. And then one day in spring training, one of the AA guys got called up to play the game with the big league team for the day. So a AA spot opened up at third base, and so they just threw me there. And I had a really good game, and ever since then, I played short, third, and second.
Right.
So what pitcher have you faced since you've been in the minors that really gave you trouble, you would say? Like a guy who you faced and you're like, this guy is really one of the toughest pitchers I've seen. Like, I got to really give it my best to really get a hit off this guy.
I don't know. There's been a couple guys, I guess. But I mainly like the guys that have rise on their ball. With a lot of their spin rate was high. I don't know like the exact guys, but I faced a couple guys that have ride on their ball and it would rise, and that's been the toughest because you think you're on it, but you're really under the ball. So those guys were tough, especially when they're throwing 95 plus.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like what happened with how they cut the minor leaguers, I was really against that. We're both Yankee fans, and you may have guessed that, but plenty of money. Like they shouldn't be doing that. I know they have a lot of minor league guys, but it's not like they're starving for money. And even the Royals didn't cut their guys. Like it's just a bad look. We're not a fan of it.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, it happens, and I guess it had to happen, obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. But yeah, no, it's just a tough situation with everything going on as far as the corona and stuff. And I don't know. There's nothing I could have done there to control that decision. So I just know I gave them my best out there, and they released me. And I don't hold nothing against them.
Right.
But I just know for myself that I gave everything I had out there, and that's all I can control.
Absolutely.
That's really important, and it's good to hear that. So we actually want to try to help spread awareness of this issue, kind of. I don't know if there's anything we can do, but are they doing anything to help you guys that have been cut? Like, is there any programs or anything? Like, they're trying to help you make the transition? Because like you said, there's no space for you right now because no one's looking to pick up players. There's everything going on, and the draft is happening. Everyone's cutting minors. It's really a tough situation. I mean, I guess maybe if things get back to normal and they expand stuff next season, maybe when stuff would happen. But it's tough because you got to live your life too. You got to survive, obviously. You're around our age, so we know what you're going through a little bit here. And we have to make difficult life decisions. We all do. Right.
Yeah. I can't sit around and wait forever. I'm only getting older, and I'm about to be 26-year-old, and that's pretty old for baseball if you haven't made the bigs yet. So, yeah. I don't know. I contacted my college coach where I went to school, and he said I can go on and be a grad assistant and help me finish school there. Right. So, that's my next opportunity as of now, because I can't sit around and wait for baseball forever. I got to take whichever opportunity is best for me and best fits for my life. And, I can't just sit around and do nothing. So just got to take it one opportunity at a time and, make the best of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I respect that. I'm also curious, who would you say are some of the best guys you've played with in the Yankee system or in the minors? And have you actually played with anyone that's made it all the way to the majors or not yet?
No, I don't think I've played with anyone who's made it just yet. But the Yankees, they are just so stacked in that organization. It's hard to just name a couple guys, especially with all the different levels I've played at. Yeah. It's just a solid minor league system. And yeah, man, there's just a ton of incredible guys there, with good attitudes also. I met a lot of good people. And, I'm grateful for the people that I've met, and I wish nothing but the best for them in their futures.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite place, stadium that you've played in so far?
Yeah, when the Charleston River Dogs, that was probably my favorite place. They get thousands of fans every night, whether it's 3,000 to 5,000. It's always pretty packed there. Especially on a Thirsty Thursday. They got Thirsty Thursday. I don't know if you guys ever been there, but
no, we haven't. It sounds fun.
I'll have to try out sometime now.
Yeah, they got a Thirsty Thursday there where it's sold out every time, and they got a DJ up on one of the concourses there, and it's like a concert going on the whole game. They're just blasting music the whole game, so there's no silence at all. You just hear the music the whole time. It's pretty cool.
How do you feel baseball is going down? You see how a lot of negativity. Do you feel like baseball is taking a turn for the worse?
I think so, man. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The MLB can't come into agreement with the Player Association, so I don't know. I feel like there's always going to be something going on there with the money and stuff. So I think I don't know, it doesn't look good right now.
Yeah, because we heard you with our friend Nathan and the sports dudes. We are good friends with them, and we know you went on the podcast as well. I heard you say you didn't think there was going to be a season both times, and now it looks like you're more right as the time's gone on, unfortunately, because it's just looking awful right now. Like, they can say whatever about this many games, that many games, but we're just wasting more time. It's just back and forth bickering. It's just a horrible look.
Exactly. It's like the time's just being wasted, which means it's just going to be less and less games. So it's like at this point, there's whether they have to pay the players, the MLB is going to be mad. They don't pay the players, the player association is going to be mad. So it's like, I don't know. At this point, you might as well not play. I don't know. It's tough because even how are you going to take a championship that serious?
That's
If it's a 50-game season, it's just it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. And I really want to look at it the same. I want to see it because obviously we want to see baseball.
Exactly. Yeah, we want to see baseball.
But, like, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be really weird. Like, I was even saying, by the time most players hit their stride, the season's going to be over. It's only 50 games. Like, the first month, everyone's going to be rusty. They still got to get everyone back to spring training. They still got to figure out all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of hurdles to clear. And they're just wasting way too much time.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got to watch out for injuries. It's just a lot of stuff you got to watch out for. And it's just a crazy situation. It's very unfortunate.
And then another thing I wanted to tell you was that I actually almost took a job in the minor leagues in February with Port Charlotte in Florida. It was like south of Tampa Bay, but the money's not really there, and it's like tough. I could have tried to do it, but I don't know if you know why. But like, what do you think the issue is with minor league baseball financially? Because they had to cut 40 teams. Like, they just don't seem to really make money, and then it's tough because you guys get the short end of the stick a lot. And it's an important thing, and this is like the future of baseball, but they're not like treating it properly, I feel like. Another beef I have with Manfred, and I have a lot of them, and I'm curious in your opinions of them if you have any for sure.
Yeah, man. I don't know. There's just certain leagues that just don't get the fans, so they're not getting their revenue, and you have to pay the workers and everything. So, the minor leagues is just really in a tough situation right now. I mean, they were already talking about cutting teams before all this happened.
Really?
Yeah, and now this happened. So it's like, I don't know where the money's gonna be. There's certain leagues that barely get people, like the Florida State League. They don't get fans. So like, I don't know. Minor leagues is tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grind for sure.
Yeah, that's what they told us. It's going to be a big challenge to get fans and for the state, for the team and all that. I guess it just depends on the markets and stuff too, and there's a lot of minor league teams. So you think they could cut even more from what we've seen already?
I don't know, because I know how they were going to cut. I know how certain teams were going to get cut before all this happened. They were talking about it last year, like when the contract runs out or whatever. But, yeah, man. They said that teams were going to get cut. Like Staten Island was supposed to get cut no matter what, I believe.
Yeah.
And now I think they're for sure going to be cut.
Mm.
And like they're talking about making Pulaski like the higher short season team now, because it was Pulaski, it was Staten Island and then Pulaski. Now I think Pulaski's going to be that team.
How many minor league team systems do the Yankees have? Like, how many different branches? I know it's a lot.
Yeah, so you got the Dominican Summer League, then you got the GCL League, which normally has 2 teams. Then you got Pulaski, and then Staten Island, then Charleston, then Tampa, and then Trenton, and then Scranton.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of teams.
That is,
That's a lot of levels.
Yeah.
What's it like on the road in the minors? Because I know the travel is much different than what the major leagues do, of course. But I know you guys ride on, is it school buses, I believe? Is it or Greyhound buses?
Yeah, no, they're charter buses.
Okay.
So they're not bad. It depends where you're at. I know certain levels. Well, the Tampa travel is not bad. So the Florida State League travel is actually really good because it's all just Florida.
Right.
But the like the Low A and the Trenton, those those teams have all the travel. And I remember, I think I played in Charleston, and that was probably the worst travel I've had. Yeah, we would take like 14-hour trips.
Oh God.
We would play a game I remember one trip we played a game at home, and then we we had to live and leave after that game. So we left at like 11 o'clock, and we had a 14-hour trip after that. So your night sleep was on a bus, which was brutal.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
We had the day off the next day, but still that doesn't help at all.
That does a lot to you, definitely. It takes a lot
Yeah.
out of you.
Yeah, and then there was one. It was like towards the end of the season. I think we called it like some kind of triangle or something like that, where we had a 14-hour trip to play. Then we had like another 11-some-hour trip, and then we had to finish up with the season at home coming back, because it was just one big triangle of like 11 hours each way. Yeah, it was brutal.
It takes a lot. It seems like it takes a lot out of you, and you're all playing for the same purpose. It's you know what? I feel nobody really appreciates minor leaguers, what you guys go through. You guys are the backbone of the organization, because you guys work your tails off, and some people, and it's unfortunate because there are great minor leaguers down there that never get called up. And it's unfortunate because you guys work your tail off. Your games aren't televised, so not a lot of people, unless they go to the game, see you guys play. But I have the utmost respect for minor league play. You guys are the backbone. MLB teams would be nothing without you guys, because you guys are the future. So that's what I definitely see with any minor league player is, you know what? I hear during Yankee games, they show like some of the guys who could get called up. I remember when they had Glaber down there, they were showing his tape and all that, when they had Miguel Andujar down there and everything. And I like seeing that. I like seeing the future of the Yankees and even other teams as well. So that's what I feel with minor league baseball. And it's really unfortunate how teams had to get cut even before COVID, that you said, and I'm shocked, I didn't even know that they were going to cut it. It's really unfortunate. I just hope down the road that could get fixed for you guys as well.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of people out there who don't know what we go through.
Right.
Like you see on Twitter when all this started happening, saying minor leaguers need to get paid more and this and that. And then, so I'm on Twitter all the time, and I see people commenting that agree, and then there's a lot of people who are like, well, then if it's such a problem, then get a real job. But you know what? Those people don't know what it's like to play something your whole life and you work something, because if we work toward a certain goal, and that's making the major leagues.
Right. So
we dedicate our whole life to that, and then all of a sudden you try and tell us to get a real job. Like we dedicate. I mean, since I started playing when I was 4 years old, I'm 25 now. So I've been playing the game for 21 years, and you're gonna try to tell me to get a real job after something I've dedicated my whole life to? That's not right. They don't understand what it's like to be a minor leaguer. We work harder than a lot of people out there, a lot of CEOs out there. Because we're grinding, we're trying to make it. So I don't really appreciate when people talk like that. But you know what? Let them believe what they want.
Exactly.
If they have the will, if they understood like the willpower that we had, then they would appreciate us a lot more. But they don't. So they think they can say whatever they say, and they think that they're right when they're totally wrong.
Absolutely. It's the fact that people say that are the people that don't know anything about baseball whatsoever.
Exactly.
It's like, get a real job. Listen, you guys made it. You're playing professional baseball. You guys are professional athletes. You are just not in the major leagues. People who say that, that's an ignorant comment. I don't like that at all, because you know what? Get a real job. Listen, minor leaguers should be getting paid more for everything you guys have to go through. You don't get the lap of luxury, unfortunately, like major leagues do. And you see guys getting multi-million-dollar contracts, and you guys are working your tails off hard. In my opinion, you guys, and I'll say this, and people could disagree with me, I feel like you guys work harder than some major leaguers, in my opinion. I really do.
Yeah,
truly
man.
do.
Yeah, man, because we got a lot of pressure on us. We try to do whatever we can to make it. Um, so we're doing everything we can. We play. I mean, a lot of people play banged up, but even at the major league level. But I feel like minor league level, people aren't trying to miss the opportunity to get that next shot.
Yeah.
Because like if a major leaguer goes down, they don't want him to go get anywhere, so they're gonna sit him, get his rest. But if a minor leaguer gets hurt, and they don't, we don't want to sit out any games because we don't want someone else to take our spot. So we do everything we can to fight through it and give it the best that we can. So yeah, man, minor leaguers work really hard, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
And we got to deal with the bus rides. No one knows that.
Yeah.
We don't get to get on a plane and be there in our destination in 4 hours. We got to drive 10 hours, play the next day. So we got to drive 6 hours, play that day. So it's tough. Minor league is a grind for sure.
It definitely is.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, honestly. Like, I hear all the talk about people saying the players are being greedy for wanting what they want, but not. Like, they work for that, and they're like, well, they're not. They're like, why do they get privileges, a special that the average person doesn't get? I hear that all the time, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, it's not the same. Like, we're not the same as you guys. It's different. Like, they can't expect things to be the same. We're not on the same playing field here. The players that, like you, have grinded for years to get what they're worth, and their window to play is short. And the time that the fact that they're might miss this year is going to hurt a lot of people. People think all the guys are fine, but it's really not the case. Like, 65% of players make less than $1 million in the major leagues right now, and that's going to hurt them if they don't play.
Yeah, man, see, like, it's just not fair. It's not fair at all. How they're willing to cut those players' salaries. Like, they made the top. They made it to the top, and now they're gonna make less money and try to provide for their family. Yeah, man, because not everyone's making $10 million a year.
Exactly.
Not everyone's making that. A lot of people are making the minimum. They're gonna cut it down. I don't know. I forgot how much they're gonna cut.
Like 33%. Like, they keep throwing around the same offers. They're like getting creative with it or trying to like fool us, but they're not fooling anyone really. It's basically 8% for every offer they've given. It's floated right around like 33 to 35% of the full salary. They're just trying to change the games and the bonuses to try to make it look a little fancy. Like, it's really ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, and that's why I think I saw a tweet that the minor leaguer said, or the player association said, that they're just going to keep silent now until the minor league.
Yeah.
Until the MLB, gives a real offer, because they know they're trying to work their way around things and reword little things. So yeah, they need to just. I just feel like the players deserve to be paid. They got to that level, and I just feel like the world deserves baseball and the players deserve baseball because it's their life. They deserve to be paid what they signed for.
Exactly, man. At least respect the amount of games they're gonna play. Like, they don't have to get the full salaries, obviously, because they're not playing the full season. But you play games, you pay them 50%. But the owners don't want to do that, and that's why we're here. And I understand the frustration on both sides, but really, the owners should have, and Manfred should have expected this. And he backtracks and says no season. There might not be one after 5 days, saying 100%. But he can't be surprised they rejected the offer, and then he tries to pretend like it's a lot better. It's just getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. They need to be paid, whether it for every game that they play, because they're the ones playing the game. They're the ones putting on for the fans. They're the ones that make you the money. Exactly. So they need to be paid. However many games. Yeah.
They're the ones risking it all, like you said. The owners are going to sit in their luxury boxes still and not to lose anything. Like, they're going to lose a little bit, but they can easily recoup it. That's the other thing people need to see in this. And they're going to be fine at the end of the day regardless. Even if there's no season, the players are the ones that will suffer much more without a season here, which is why they're trying to back the players into a corner, and it's just not right.
Yeah, because not only are they not making their money, but like I said earlier, everyone's losing a year. Everyone's losing a year off of baseball where they could have proved something to somebody.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, come on.
It's crazy. It really is that baseball's not happening. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances going on today, we can't have it. But, the fact of the matter is that the owners don't want to exactly pay the players, the people who are making them billionaires.
Yeah.
It's just in a way, to me, it's kind of like dictatorship in a way. Oh, now you're going to do what we say. We get it and all that, but come on, like, let them play. The players have spoken. They're not going to lower their stance. The owners have to come to an agreement. I think the commissioner of baseball right now is really destroying the sport. I've said it publicly on Twitter. I feel he's just not what baseball needs. He's at all. It's just really unfortunate that the players are the ones suffering from this. You guys are suffering the most from this, minor leaguers. And also fans are without baseball. And then next year come back fine, and then there might be a lockout in 2022. So now literally there's a dark cloud over baseball, and it's really unfortunate. This is America's pastime, man. It's like, this shouldn't be happening. Right now, we should be talking about the teams back at spring training and in a couple weeks now getting that first pitch. Me and Julian, being big Yankee fans, we are looking forward to seeing Mr. Garrett Cole on that mound throwing strikes. That's what we want to see. It's just it's really unfortunate. Every day we're sitting down hoping and praying that we get an alert from Jeff Passan, John Heyman, all these guys saying, breaking news, the MLB and MLB Players Association have come to an agreement that baseball will be back. But it's just really crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation.
It's so frustrating, man. And this has been going on for almost 2 months now, too. And now they're trying to say the safe and health protocols are an issue when they're not even. He's literally said 5 days ago that they're going to be resolved soon. Now he's like, oh, it's an issue. And now he's like bringing up all this other stuff, like just trying to make excuses. Yeah. But me and Bobby know the end game here. I think you do, too. The owners are just trying to waste the clock so they can only play 50 games. That's what's happening right now. Because the players are challenging them now. And I like what Tony Clark did. He's like, all right, we're done with this. It's time for you guys to tell us what's going on. Whatever the full prorate is, let's go.
Yeah, I think they figured out that the players know that they're just working their way around the numbers and trying to change the things up. So now the players are like, we're just gonna stay silent until you tell us what we want to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I like that.
I'm that's a good part. A good play on the player side, because they have they have the power. They're the ones that decide if they want to play or not.
Yeah, they just shifted it back because Manfred was trying to take control of it, and now they put it back in his court finally. He's trying to blame the players, like, you know what, we're ready now. You tell us.
Yeah, that guy. What was he confident there was going to be a season like a week ago, and then like yesterday or something like that?
Bro,
now he's not confident.
It was a 5-day span. Like, it's such a PR move. It's crazy. I can't like, it's just such bad press. So, like, he needs a new PR guy or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not. It's really a bad look. Like, that's where I really lost it. Like, I've never been a fan of his anyway, but I was trying to be, like, somewhat silent about it. But, like, I just couldn't bite my tongue anymore. Like, he's just too ridiculous. Like, he literally wavered in 5 days because the players didn't do what he wanted them to do. It's unreal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating because the entire world misses baseball right now. I know we're watching Korean baseball, no dinos, but that's the only thing we have to look forward to right now with sports. And right now, this is prime baseball time. Right now, we should be talking about teams and who's in first place, what teams are struggling, what teams are doing, because the All-Star game is like what would have been like 3 weeks away, about a month, 3 weeks away.
3 weeks to a month.
And then,
like you said,
and then the trade deadline, so many things. It feels this whole year was robbed from us, from everybody, for so many reasons. And you know what? I just hope that, you know what, these owners that they're for 50 games, they're trying to let the clock wind down to do 50 games. You know what? That's just messed up. I feel like they're taking food out of the players' mouths and their families, and I don't like that. I think that's really messed up. And you know what? The owners they're treating their players like dogs in a way, and it's just not right.
It really shows their true colors. Like you say, a pandemic like brings out like what everyone's really about, and the owners are showing they don't care about the players, they don't care about the fans, they only care about protecting their billions that they're making. Like they don't care about anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really sad how much the MLB doesn't care about the fans or the players for that point. And Manfred's not supposed to just deal with the owners. He needs the best interest of baseball. It's not just owners. Like I'm going back and forth with people all day. They're like, he works for the owners. I'm like, yeah, I know, but he has to do something here. Like he can't just let this happen. And he's backing them up, and he's just like, oh, it's just bad.
Yeah.
So I'm actually interested in your journey in college and how you ended up with the Yankees system. So how was your end of your college time? Like, what were your highlights there? And I guess you could tell me like how you ended up with the Tarpons.
Yeah, I went to a small Division I, like an hour and 15 minutes away from my hometown. I played with a couple of guys from my high school who I'm really great friends with. I consider them my brothers. I had a good college career, I would say. I started all 4 years. I broke 6 or 7 school records.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a pretty good college career, and I didn't get drafted, so I was kind of upset about that. And then I was going to go play independent ball, and I woke up one morning to a phone call by Bobby Desjardins, and he asked me if I can. I never talked to the Yankees at all, so he asked me if I can fly out the next morning. So I did, and I worked out the following day after I got there. And then the Yankees signed me, and I just was with them ever since.
Nice.
What now in high school, was that definitely one of the best times playing baseball? You feel like you really enjoyed high school ball and you really just fell in love with the game? I know you said you played since you were 4 years old, but in high school you felt like you really found your stride.
Yeah. Because I would go to all those showcases, but nobody was really interested in me. So I had to work on my tools a little bit. I'm not a tall guy, so I have to be fast. And I wasn't the fastest guy, my first couple years in high school. But I learned the right way to run. My dad did speed training with me because he used to be a football coach. So I did like a bunch of footwork drills, and I got pretty fast from that, and that helped a lot. So that the high school journey was fun, just going around to all these different showcases, and then I finally got the chance to go play baseball at the college close to home, and yeah, man, high school was a good time, but nothing beats college. College was fun.
Yeah. So who was your favorite team growing up?
The Dodgers.
That's what I thought. I just had to ask.
Favorite Dodger player growing up?
Dodger player growing up?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked all of them. I said for Call when he was there. Yeah, I liked Gagne too. I liked to see him come in.
He was cool.
Yeah. I like Paul LaDuca also. Sean Green. I remember going to we went to an Angel game versus the Dodgers at Angel Stadium, and Sean Green and Garrett Anderson were going back and forth at home runs, so that was cool. But yeah, those are pretty much the guys that I can remember growing up watching.
What's your favorite Major League stadium?
Favorite stadium? I've only been to a couple, but I like the Diamondback Stadium.
Nice. I've never been there. Me and Bobby enjoy traveling to stadiums. I've hit like 16 of them, trying to do all 30. Obviously, I got halted this year, sadly. But I guess the journey will continue next year. That's all I could hope for at this point. Because even if we come back, I don't think any fans will be watching the games.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
In in your opinion, right now, who is the best baseball player in major leagues?
Man, that's a tough one because I was a big Altuve fan. So, and he played the game hard, but after everything that happened, I don't feel like I can say Altuve. So as of right now, the best player, I don't know.
I'm surprised you wouldn't give us Trout. I thought that.
Yeah, I thought it would be Trout.
But
Yeah,
Altuve,
I like Trout a lot. I like his play, but there is just something about Altuve that I guess I could be a little biased because he's a short guy, but
I understand it. I used to like him too, or respect him. Like I didn't like him because he hurt us a lot, but I respected his game and his grind, like how he was so good for being so short because he really gave like the average person hope. I felt like he was like 5'6", like maybe 170 at best, and he was out there hitting with the best of them, and he was doing. And we thought it was clean. Obviously, stuff happened, but like he's still really good. Obviously, you can't
yeah,
take everything away from him, but like you can't look at it the same either.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Because he does it all, man. He could hit, he runs, he plays defense. That was just the all around best player for me.
He actually reminds me of Dustin Pedroia. Did you like Pedroia back in the day?
Yeah, I like Pedroia.
Because he's like very similar. He was my favorite Red Sox, and I can't really have a favorite Red Sox because I'm a Yankees fan, but he was the guy that I respected the most out of all of them, probably. Because the same thing with Altuve, and Pedroia always did the game right. Now he's like broken down injuries, unfortunately. So I'm surprised he hasn't retired, honestly, but he wants to get paid, so that's why he hasn't retired, I'm guessing. But I don't
Yeah,
think he can play again, probably.
yeah, not especially after this year.
Yeah, but he was a grinder for sure. Did you watch the documentary with Sosa and McGuire?
No.
Okay, yeah, you should. You totally should. I think you will like it. Me and Bobby watched it. We wanted to get into it, but we won't really discuss it too much since you didn't watch it. But
Yeah,
it was a cool look. It focused on McGuire much more than Sosa, though, because the person that created it was a Cardinals fan, and it was McGuire's record, so I understand it.
yeah. It was on I went golfing on Sunday and we ate in the restaurant after we golfed and it was on there, but I didn't know it was the documentary. Now that you mention it, I just thought it was like the little highlights of them.
Right.
But
Right.
I'll probably get around to that actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's cool. I think you'd like it, but it's just I understand why you think that because like everyone's showing old highlights and games right now just to try to pass the time. Like we've watched so many old games. Like I'm pulling up old highlight videos on my Twitter just to like try to keep people like I don't know like occupied or something just to keep the flow a little bit. It's
Yeah,
tough, man, because like we like to do content for baseball, but there's no baseball, so I gotta pull things from the past.
yeah, for sure. You got to find something to watch.
Exactly, man. So, Bobby, you got any questions?
so the one thing I want to ask you, David, is once baseball comes back, because it will come back, and everything goes
I
back
still
to
think so
normal.
too. We're still holding out hope over here at GNT.
Yep, exactly. Always positive thinking. What would you tell a team that is looking to sign somebody about yourself? What would you get? What would you bring to the table for them that they should sign you?
I'm a guy who's been overlooked pretty much, my whole career in baseball. I've had the numbers in high school. I was overlooked until my last couple months in high school, and I was given the opportunity to go to college. And I went to college, performed well that fall, earned a starting spot as a freshman, and then I performed well throughout college, and then I got the chance to sign as a free agent, and I felt like I did pretty well in my professional career. So, I'm just a hard worker who, doesn't take any off days. I don't take any pitch off. I always work hard, and I think that took me a long way and got me further than a lot of people expected me to get.
That's really good stuff
Absolutely.
there. What are some of your hobbies outside of baseball? Like, what do you like to do besides baseball?
I like to golf. Yeah, big golfer.
What about your favorite music, your favorite pump up song?
Um, Sorry, I got a phone call. Are we good? You see me
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite pump up song. I don't have a favorite song, but I like hip hop and rap. That kind of gets me going a little bit.
Who's
A
your
lot of the older stuff.
okay? Who are some of your favorites? Some of the classics. Who do you got?
Yeah. I like a lot of Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
I like DMX.
Oh, there
Those
you
songs,
go.
those songs will get you going. Um, I like a lot. I like a few Ice Cube. Of course, Biggie, Tupac.
You're the best, Biggie.
Yup.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it for the old guys. I listen to a few newer guys, but a lot of them you can't even understand nowadays. So
I know what you're saying. I listen to everything, but it's all mixed up at this point. But the old guys set the way. The new guys are kind of just taking it and doing like something completely different. So
yeah,
it's a lot different than it used to be. You just gotta get used to it, I guess.
yeah.
So big question here. If baseball happens, me and Bobby have been banging the table for this, and like all Yankees and Dodgers fans want this. Do you think we get a Yankees Dodgers World Series if the season happens?
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone wants that to happen. I think with the short games, and I think that's something that could really happen for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, it would be perfect, and especially with how bad this year has been. I feel like baseball needs that victory. Honestly, like that would be like the biggest win for baseball if they had them in the World Series. Like best ratings and everything. Like East Coast, West Coast, Yankees, Dodgers, both diehard fan bases looking for a championship. What more could you want?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be a cool thing to watch.
It's what baseball wants and needs.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so Bobby, do you have any final questions?
I think you know what? Actually, you know what? Yeah, I do. Real quick. About talking about hobbies real quick. Or do you have like a favorite like sports movie you could watch that really gets you going? Like, I could always watch this, get motivated from it.
Um, I wouldn't say I'd get motivated from it, but there's you ever see The Greatest Game Ever Played?
Yes, I did.
That movie, man.
Excellent.
Yeah, I can watch that movie every day if I wanted to.
There we go. A great.
It's not a baseball movie, it's a golf movie, but yeah, there's just something about that movie that I
It's
could.
really good.
It's a really good movie. I like the little caddy.
There you go.
That's really funny stuff. Do you have anyone else that would be interested in talking with us? We'd like to talk to whoever we could, and if you ever want to talk again, we're always open to. We want to try to help you out with everything that's going on. It's been a tough time period, we know, and we're trying to do this together. We want to make a case for the minor leaguers. Me and my friend also have a fan association that like has complaints for fans towards Major League Baseball. We're trying to make a positive impact on the game. So is there any way we could help you do that?
um, yeah, I don't know. The opportunities are kind of limited right now, I guess. But as far as people who might be able to talk to you, I have a group chat that I'm in that we talk every day, and I could reach out to them.
Thanks, man. I
And,
really
Yeah,
do
thank you. We appreciate that.
yeah, so I could just reach out to them and then ask if anyone's interested in doing a podcast type deal, and then I could reach out back to you guys on Twitter if that's all right.
Yes,
Absolutely. Thank you
sure.
so much.
Thank you so much for coming on. I really
Yep.
appreciate this. We know it's been a difficult time, and you gave us a lot of great information. This was really fun. We love doing stuff like this. And we wish you the best of luck moving
Yep.
forward. Hopefully, we want you to get back on the field. We really hope someone picks you up. But if not, we wish you the best of luck in what you pursue, if it's the coaching or whatever else, and finishing your education.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry, I've delayed this process. Things popped up, but
Oh,
Okay.
good.
I made sure to have the time today. So we
You
can
got
get
us at a good
this
time
thing
because we're leaving
going.
for Tampa in 2 days, so we
Yeah.
just got you in time. So we
Oh,
really
okay, cool. Well, I appreciate the time. It was fun.
Thank you,
fun.
man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no
All right.
problem. Thank you guys.
have a
Good
good
luck.
one.
Thanks. You too. Later.
Peace. All right, so that was pretty fun.
It was.
We want to rip Manfred quickly on a separate podcast.